So let me first ask you, uh, why do you want to review, and what are your goals right now when it comes to this video game?
Um, I mean, why do I want to review? I've been playing with a team in the last archives,
Mhm.
and we did pretty well. I've been playing the game since like COVID, pretty much,
Okay.
so for 5, 6 years now.
Okay.
Um, I was able to climb the emerald. I got like really close to diamond once, and then
Hmm.
I got into like a massive loss streak, and I never really took the game seriously again. So I feel like I'm starting to take the game seriously again.
Okay.
But there's stuff that I need to work on. Like I can do very well, but I feel like I want to improve that consistency because
Hmm.
there are some matchups where um I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing to lose. So
Sure.
I'd like to fill in those gaps
Sure.
and then learn more of like the higher level macro things to really like sure up.
Sure.
Uh
What champs do you play?
yeah. That's also part of the issue is I
Okay.
play like a lot of different champs.
Okay. That is an issue.
Um I would
Okay.
s- I would say like probably my best champs are Gangplank, Set, Alawi.
Okay.
Um those three for sure are probably like my best three.
Okay.
I've been doing pretty well with Zahen whenever I play him too, but I don't have too many games on him.
Okay. Do you have so do you have a like a recording to look at, or do you want me to just like look in your match history and pull up a VOD?
Um, no, I don't have a specific recording.
Okay.
Probably match history. Let me
What
look and see
is
if there's.
your yeah. Pull up your match history. What's your like in-game name? Not
Yeah,
hide you.
looks in the chat here.
Holy shit, that's a goated name.
Right.
XXX Weeblord.
I was really channeling my inner 12-year-old Call of Duty player.
Hell yeah. Okay, I also want to look at your OPGG here and take a look at just how many champs we're playing. Oh, okay, at least on this account, you're playing like almost only GP.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Nice.
GP.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see here. Oh, let me share my screen for you.
Okay.
Uh, let's see. How old are these? Okay, I can't download. So I'd like to look at a GP game just because it's the champ you're kind of one-tricking in solo queue at least. I don't know if you remember these games at all. This like
Um,
13-2 game. Actually, this is the only solo queue game I see. Oh, there's one more. 13-4, 13-2.
yeah, usually when I'm playing
Okay.
GP, I know the matchups.
Yeah, I see a lot of flexes. It's
Um,
just like with your buddies and stuff.
yeah, I played a lot of Flex today. I wonder, I do have another account.
Um,
Yeah,
wait,
maybe this one might have
we
some.
can pull up this. I don't want to like look at a game that's like a complete one-sided Giga Stomp because it's just gonna be harder to find stuff, but we can look at it.
Uh,
There's also like a couple GP Flex games like this too. I don't know if you remember this game.
oh, this would actually probably be a decent one. Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. Yeah, because this Tom Kench, I'm pretty sure just railed me eventually.
Okay.
because I we were even for a lot of the lane, I feel like,
Uh-huh.
but I don't remember the whole thing. So
So especially for top lane, like it's good that most of your solo queue games are GP, but like especially for top lane, it's really good for you to one trick a champ so that like you can actually learn the matchups and stuff.
interesting, because I feel like there's so many like top lane is such a counter pick lane, right? So
Hmm.
like um sometimes I just feel useless if I get hard counter picked. Oh, I remember that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Solar Baka plays Gangplank every single game, no matter what, right?
Yeah, unless it's banned out.
Okay.
You
I'm
just
gonna.
have the Yasuo and Aurelia. But yeah, go ahead.
Hmm. Well, I'm just gonna like you can talk. I'm just gonna like look through the first few minutes of this game and see what I want to go over. Uh, okay. So let's start with. So have you played this matchup before? Do you have any? Have you played
Uh,
against this champ before? Let me ask you. This Tomkish champ.
Not this season, I don't think.
Okay.
It's been a little bit.
Um. Okay. Well, let me ask you first. How do you view your champ in like in general? Um. What are your champ's like strengths and weaknesses? What are your like general power spikes?
Its biggest weakness is probably like its mobility, right?
Hmm.
So like if there is another champion that can get on me and stick on me, it can be pretty hard to like shake them.
Yeah.
In terms of strengths, it'd be like spacing. He spaces very well.
Okay.
If you can hit the barrels right, you get that. It's what a 70 or 80% slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the passive, I know they nerfed it a little bit. Still, the true damage does a lot of damage.
Hmm.
In terms of power spikes, it's like Sheen. Essence Reaver is a pretty good one, and then kind of depends on who you're against
Hmm.
after that point.
Okay. Yeah, I totally agree with everything you're saying. Um, in do you have going into this lane? I don't know if you remember this game, but do you have any kind of plan in terms of the first, like in top lane particularly? It's very important. You need to have some kind of plan for the first three waves of what you want to happen. Do you? I mean, in general, do you make some kind of plan for the first three waves? Um, yeah, let me just ask you in general.
No, not usually,
Okay.
honestly. I mean, like, because it's more of a how do I want to interact with this champion versus what
Hmm.
am I doing with the wave. So
Okay.
that's probably something I need to change in my
Well,
mindset.
how do you want to interact with Kench? Do you have any? You said you haven't really played against this champ, but what's your idea?
Honestly, I probably should just be farming. Like, it's pretty troll of me to go up and just like place a barrel there.
Hmm.
Um, because what did he? Can we see his items? I'm sure he probably went. Did he go? Yeah, Doran's shield, and
Hmm.
then I'm assuming he probably has second wind.
Hmm.
So like the chances of me actually poking him out and killing him are pretty much zero.
Hmm. Yeah, and he has like his E regen and stuff. Um, I think
Is he
if you
using
are,
regen?
yeah, so his E, what it does, right, like makes this like um whatever, it stores this thick skin and he can turn it into armor, or I'm sorry, a shield, right?
Oh,
But if he
okay,
doesn't press this button, he regens for a certain percentage of that.
okay. The gray health.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Now, but the thing is, if you do like perma space this guy, right, you can poke him. It's not like impossible. However, I'm not sure what happens here because you guys are autoing each other.
Yeah, I just walked up to him. Just to fight.
Okay.
Miss both barrels, and then I have to flash out. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then ignite for the Nimbus Cloak.
Okay. Um, why does this go poorly for you trading autos with him?
Uh, because I didn't hit any of my barrels. I think if I hit at least one of them, and I can get another passive reset, I can probably walk out. I also give him his passive stack, so he can just Q me, and that does a lot of damage.
Mhm.
Does his passive, if you proc it with Q, does that do extra damage, or is it just all Q damage?
So if he hits you when with 3 stacks, obviously you get stunned.
Yeah.
Um, it doesn't do like bonus damage when it stuns you,
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
as far as I'm aware. No. But obviously his autos do bonus damage based on his HP. That's like his passive here.
Yeah.
And with this rune, I think you're like maybe I don't understand this champ exactly, but I like. Do you win level 1 against like any champs in the game?
It really is skill based. So
Hmm.
like light ignite. Yeah, I can.
Hmm.
You have to hit like two or three passives.
Right.
Because they do I don't know how much damage off the top of my head they do level one, but they melt people.
Okay.
But probably again, like with the D shield and second wind, probably not ever killing him, honestly.
Hmm. Because the big thing to think about here is I think you should use your barrel here as a tool for like this timer, right? When he's trying to trade on you. Obviously you can't like you're just like a little late on it,
Yeah.
but like basically at this point, what you should do is keep this here and use it as a threat to deny him from walking up to you. If he disrespects
Oh,
that, you hit it. Otherwise, you leave it here.
okay. So honestly, as soon as he started walking away, I should have just S keyed and boom.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because like in this position, right? Kench can't auto you ever again, right? If you keep the barrel here,
Yeah.
he just can't auto you.
And I just said again,
And
and then
again
boom.
here, when he's like trying to wrap around you like this, you hold it here, and this guy's griefing if you just leave it here, right?
Yeah,
But
because
he's
then
not
he
allowed
can't
to touch the
really.
wave,
Okay.
right? If you just leave this here, he's taking all this minion damage. You're allowed to free hit the wave. He can't do anything. Imagine you just stand here. What can he do?
Yeah, there's not really much he can do because
Mhm.
if he tries to walk up to auto me,
Yeah,
I just gotta make sure I stand behind a minion so he can't get the Q off.
exactly, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, if he had ignite, it's a little different, but he doesn't have ignite, so it's like it's a really bad situation for him. Um, so obviously, like in this specific matchup, you don't Kench is like very, very, very strong level 1, but I think this idea is still really important of like using your barrels as a defensive tool. Like for example, in my opinion, this is bad. Do you know why?
Because now I'm out of barrels and any damage I do to him really isn't gonna stick.
Yes, and you lose this minion.
And okay. Yeah, so instead of going for him, I probably should have just barreled the minion.
Yep, you lose this minion. You lose this. You
Yeah,
use this minion,
that
but
was a lot of minion.
yeah. And again here, you don't kill this minion. Oh, actually, you did. My bad. Oh, you're right. Yes. Okay. But in matchups where you have some idea of what happens, like it's so important that you have a plan for first three waves. So I'm just gonna like talk about this briefly. So let's say this was a matchup. Can you name me like a matchup where like you can get push level one in as
I
Gangplank?
can get it. Um, Let me think about that. That depends. Can get pushed probably like a Kale,
Mhm.
right? They can't. They don't really have a whole lot of. It's
Okay.
all like single
Mhm.
kill
Sure.
Fiora.
Sure. Okay. So your general plan, your jungler is pathing bot. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Let's say you're in a lane where you can get push. Um, when so their jungler, you don't know where they're starting. Oftentimes you can like assume they're starting top, but like I think it's bad to just like assume that. But your jungler's pathing down. Let's say, for instance, that Warwick's pathing top.
Okay.
When Warwick finishes his camps, what is if your jungler's bot, his jungler's top? Can you tell me what you think like the ideal wave situation is for you?
Um, it would be the wave bouncing from his turret into me, so pushing
Yes,
into me. That's what
exactly.
I want it.
So in the first three waves, what do you have to do to generate that?
I don't know, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to crash on the third wave?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can crash on the second wave, but crashing on the third wave is like better if you can do it.
Okay. Is there a reason why the third wave is better than like the second or even the fourth?
Um,
Fourth, they probably
so
the jungler's probably gonna be top, right?
so yeah, so two waves, it's like if they can two waves, I think it's very rare that you actually want to do this. I don't think it's like I don't think you want to intentionally do this. I think like sometimes it like is forced to happen because of the matchup or like because of how trades go level one.
Mhm.
It's really between third and fourth wave. So third wave crash is really good for a cheater recall because that's in my head what you want to do in this lane. You rush Essence River, right? On this champ?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Okay. Um, yeah, obviously, like a Sheen recall would be fantastic, but with your jungler pathing bot and like um, you are generally wanting to three wave crash into recall, and you will just buy a cull or a second longsword.
Okay.
Now, if your jungler is pathing top, uh, it's a little different. You can three wave crash or four wave crash, and then you can like hold the wave here, and your jungler can look for a gank potentially. Does this make sense?
Yeah. So really it's all about knowing the matchups and
Mhm.
who you can when you should be shoving and when you should be letting the wave come into you.
Yes. So this is why like I really think one tricking in top lane is really good so that you like know this and then you can like actually apply like these are the very fundamentals of the game. Like it's all about waves. This whole video game is all about waves. And especially top lane, it's all about waves. Um, Now in this lane, for example, where you're getting pushed in, now because you have no info, and you know your jungler's pathing bot, like you kind of have to assume this guy's the enemy jungler's pathing top unless you get like information otherwise, right? Because they're like if you assume he's pathing bot and then he shows up top and you die, right? That's really bad. So like it's better to assume that he's coming here than he's not coming here. So in this position, right, where Tom Kench, let's just say hypothetically, I don't know exactly how this goes. There probably is a world where you can get push level one in this matchup if you play it right. But
I'm pretty sure that if I don't try to fight him,
yeah,
I can because it's just the AoE versus the single target damage.
yeah. But let's say you can't, for the sake of argument. Let's say this
Okay.
this champ is just too strong level one. You can't get push. Okay.
Okay.
What do you think is the best way if you can't get push level one for you to play the first three waves, given your jungler pathing bot and their jungler potentially pathing top? What's an ideal lane state when their jungler is here?
Um, Probably their wave pushing into me.
Hmm.
Uh, but not like totally a push. If I could get like a freeze
Hmm.
somewhere like right before river.
I agree. So how do we generate this in the first
That's a
three
good
waves?
question.
That's a great question. The answer is so the answer is you try to thin the wave as much as possible. So if you hadn't taken this trade, right? Let's say you guys are both full HP. Okay, this guy has level advantage, right? Like you can't do anything. But what's your level two, right? You try to use your wave clear to stop him from ever crashing this wave. You want to do two things. One, you want to try to stop him from crashing this wave. And two, you want to preserve your HP as much as possible. Because if Warwick is finishing his clear and he's is going to try to finish his clear, and you're in this position, right? You're getting dove, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, he's running
So
at me
you want to
full
preserve
speed.
HP. Number one, that's first priority. And if you can, you want to try to hold the wave. Like this is a great position for you to be holding the wave. Ideally, a little closer to your tower, but this is still like a good position, right? Like Warwick can't really gank this. The only thing he can do is like tell Tom Kench to push and then dive you.
Okay.
Do you have questions about this? Does this make sense?
Yeah, like I'm familiar with the wave management stuff.
Okay.
When it's just more like how to actually get it set up sometimes.
Hmm. So like here, for example, this E is really dog shit because it doesn't thin the wave. And
Yeah, it
now
doesn't do
this wave is
anything.
way too big. There's no universe you can hold it.
So then it crashes
Right.
and
Like if you try to like wiggle up here and hold it, he's gonna hit you with the Q and it's gonna be really, really bad for you, right? Now luckily this actually doesn't quite crash, but I do think you should have tried to thin it a bit more. But like here you should be thinning really aggressively.
do I?
You do actually.
Okay.
Clean. But yeah, really important here that you preserve HP. That's why this level one like really fucks your lane. Right? If Warwick is really heads up, he did his bot three camps and is diving you right now. If he's really heads up, right? Now, I highly doubt he's doing that, right? He's AFK on his red buff. But if he's really heads up, you're dead right
Yeah, I didn't even think about that because he could just, yeah, he's got the blood trail,
now.
so
Yeah.
he just runs to me.
Yeah. There's zero counterplay for you. Zero. Now Kench is like wasting all his mana and stuff. That he can't get this wave in against you, most likely. Yeah. Now you're chilling. Right. He trolled really hard. Um, but
I,
this
I,
is so like one understanding like your matchups trade patterns. And like I think particularly like using your E as like uh a tool to, as to like control space is important, but like understanding your trade patterns, which is just something you will learn from like playing matchups more and more and more. Which is
Mhm.
why like I absolutely think you should one trick so that you can learn this. But the other thing is like every single game have you need to come up with an idea of what you want to do with first three waves based on where your jungler is going. Every single
Okay.
game. This is really, really important. And I'll tell you, sometimes you're going to get it wrong, right? You're going to say, I think I should do this with the waves. And either you're going to find out that in your matchup it's not possible, or you're going to find out that you were wrong just in your perception of how you should manage your waves. But without first coming up with an idea for it, you're not going to learn this stuff, right? Like you're only going to learn by getting it wrong. But if you're not even thinking about it, you're not learning it, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Uh, do you know this guy Alois? Have you heard of him?
Yeah, fundamentals.
Yes. This is all he talks about. First three, 4 ways of top lane and jungle tracking. This is like 90% of what he talks about.
That's yeah, jungle tracking is also hard. But yeah, understanding like when I should be like I have a good understanding of like when I should be shoving, or when I shouldn't be
Mhm.
most of the time.
Okay.
But how to like actually set up the waves all the time, it can be kind of like here I should just shove out. I don't even know if I should. Yeah, I should shove out because I have more minions, right?
Yes, you have to. I don't think you can crash this wave. I think probably what you're doing here is correct, and you need to crash the next wave. You are, especially with Warwick showing bot, like this is fine, I think. Because you have Ignite, especially. I don't think this guy can just one shot you in your wave here.
And
Like,
he's
I think
gonna
this recall
attack
is
me.
horrible. Do you know why you're recalling here? Do you have no mana for
Um,
Q?
I don't know why I'm recalling here, honestly. I feel like I thought he could I honestly thought he could kill me. So I didn't want to walk up.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I was afraid of him like Wing me and just me dying.
Mm-hmm. I will say, if you wait for your wave here, like, sure, if you get hit by W and Q, like maybe he can one shot you, but he will die if you just press Ignite and your minions hit him. You know, like if you wait for this situation and you're standing here, there's no way. You have way too many minions here. Do you
Yeah,
agree?
so I should have
Disagree?
yeah, I should have just stayed and tried to shove it. I wonder am I gonna sell longsword for Sheeny?
Oh my god, please don't. Okay.
No,
Okay,
I just
you
want to
did
keep
have
it on
Sheen
there.
recall, but like this is so bad.
Yeah, I should have just shoved it.
Like
Yeah, because he didn't even have a
against
recall on me or anything.
yeah, and he has TP. Against a good top laner, the game is over for you. You won't be able to play the lane ever again if you
Yeah,
recall
because
like
he just
this.
freezes it. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he ends up. Does he push it? No. Yeah.
Well,
Because then he gets
yeah.
6, and I'm pretty
He
sure he
freezes
kills
it.
me.
Yeah. He gets 6. If he's intelligent, he base TPs and kills you. Right. Imagine he base TP'd. He's full HP level 6. You're level 5. Warwick is top now, by the way. Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is a bad situation. Your jungler's bot. This is a bad, bad, bad situation. Where's Warwick? I suspect he's at Krugs. He's not?
Who's bot? Oh, I just cooked up.
He just okay.
He just
He
didn't do his
just
cooks.
I mean I think if I'm this Warwick and there's no flash GP here with no ward, I think he's dead. But
Yeah, I
yeah.
should
But
be.
the thing is like Tomkin should have base GP, right?
He should
Do
have.
you
Yeah,
understand you
'cause
understand
that's.
why?
Uh, yeah. I mean, he has a freeze there. He
Yeah.
just bases. He TPs right back to the wave, and then
Yeah.
he's got the
If
item.
he TPs here, he can literally hold this freeze until Zach finishes his full clear and comes top, which is like 2 minutes.
Yeah, then I'm just sitting there sad.
Yeah. Okay. So this stuff I'm talking about with jungle tracking and wave management, like it sounds like you don't like you kind of get this, but you're not thinking about it at all in the game.
Yeah, it's like that. I honestly like half the time
So
it's
let me
like,
ask you, what are you thinking about?
um, that's a great question.
I mean, I know. So, like
Uh,
in this game, right? You're playing a flex game, right? Like, are you just like chilling with your buddies in this game and like not really thinking about the game, or like are you focused on like I want to do as much damage to the guy in front of me as possible? What are you thinking about?
the probably the second one. Like,
Okay.
what do I need to do to absolutely like stomp this lane?
Uh
And I
huh.
think that's part of the issue is like, sometimes I feel like if I'm not hard carrying,
Yeah.
then we don't win.
Yeah.
But
Okay. I want you to think in reverse here. So right now you're thinking about dominating your lane opponent, right? Which I suspect is just like getting good trades, fighting him, killing him, maybe plates. I suspect this is all you're thinking about in lane.
pretty much, yeah.
Okay. What I want you to do is think in reverse. So first off, dominating your lane opponent is really number one priority. This is it. But the way you do this is think about level one prio. This is the single most important thing in top lane. On who gets level one prio, how does level one go? Because
Who can actually walk up to the wave?
this
Who
can
can touch the
literally
wave?
dictate the rest of the lane phase, like the first 15 minutes of the game.
Okay.
How do I want first three waves go based on jungle having? What are my item spikes? What are his item spikes? Um, what are his cooldowns? Um, and then after this, it's like wave to maximize my resources and deny enemy resources. So before it was, you know, getting enemy low, trading, place, kill, 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 right? This is how you dominate your lane opponent. If you know this better than your lane opponent, you will win. Because this is kind of going backwards into how this can happen. How you get enemy low, how you trade, how you get plates. This is how this happens. It's not just, pressing Q on your enemy, pressing E on your enemy,
Yeah.
your barrel line games, whatever. This is how you do it. This is with fundamentals, right? These are the fundamentals of the game. What are your item spikes? What are his item spikes? What are his cooldowns? What are my cooldowns? Right? This is the fundamentals. This comes from this. If you're thinking about this, this is it's not actually not going to happen. I'm trying to think of an analogy. Um,
It's like counting your chickens before they hatch.
yeah, like do you know anything about baseball? Do you watch baseball or know anything about baseball?
A little bit.
Okay, let's say what you're thinking about is you get up to the bat, right? The pitcher's about to throw you a ball, and you say, "Wait!" And all you're thinking about is, "I want to hit a home run." That's what you're thinking about.
Mhm.
That should not even be in your brain. What should be in your brain is what pitch is this guy gonna throw? Like, how, like where do I think it's gonna go? If he throws it like this, should I swing like this? Whatever. Like, and then the home run is the like obviously the results you want, but thinking about the result doesn't get you the result. Um, my favorite coaching book is it's written by a football coach, and it's called "The Score Takes Care of Itself." This is the same idea, where it's like if you're thinking about the score of the game, like if that's your focus, you're not going to score. Like that's not what it takes to score. To score, you have to have execute fundamentals better than the opponent. Right. So you need to be focusing on the fundamentals of the game, and then the score will take care of itself. This is exactly what I want you how I want you to think about top lane. I want you to like only be thinking about the fundamentals, and this will just happen because you're thinking about the fundamentals and they aren't. Does this
Interesting.
does this make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. I'm gonna have to. It's a pretty big mind shift or mindset
Yes.
change.
Yes. Yes.
So
But this is now, I'll be honest, I don't play top lane. I don't know Gangplank any Gangplank matchups. Okay. Like I can't tell you how level ones go in your matchups and whatnot. I will. I highly, highly recommend. I'll find it in the lowest video and send you one because he knows this stuff and will explain it 10 times better than me. But uh, it's so important that you focus on the fundamentals of lane phase and the fundamentals of the game.
yeah, I mean,
And
honestly, just that advice right there,
yeah,
I feel like is if I really focus on that,
yes, yes.
and just changing my mindset to just really good fundamentals,
Mm-hmm.
then I hopefully I can climb more.
120%. Yes. Like because I'm promising you, like I I always tell my students, like especially in your elo, like what the enemy is doing is like after every trade, he's taking a hit of his vape pen. Okay, like he is not thinking, right? Like if you're thinking about fundamentals, you are just going to dominate every single person. If you are like good at your fundamentals and thinking about them, you will just dominate everybody in your elo. But like the more you think about them, the better you'll get at them. But you won't get better at them if you don't think about them. Like it's not gonna happen, right? Uh, I'll see if I can look up the lowest fundamentals. Let's see. How to win as a top laner. Fundamentals Academy.
What's up, YouTube?
All right.
Right there.
I don't even. Uh, I think I've watched this video,
Favorite
but
matchup?
I will send you this video. We don't need to watch through it. Do I have you in my DMs? That's the wrong Alex.
I think so.
Your Discord is Tommy B Gaming.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm sending you this video. This is your homework. Now he's going to talk a lot about exactly what I just said. Is where is the enemy jungler pathing? Where's my jungler pathing? How do I want to play first three levels? This is everything. Uh, Now, obviously, like the game doesn't end at this point, right? Like you need to keep playing the game, but the reason why I focus on this is because A, it's where it starts, which like dictates how the rest of the lane will go. But B is like these things will extend themselves into the rest of the lane phase and to the rest of the game, right? What are my item spikes? What are his item spikes? This is not just first three waves, right? This is the rest of the game. Cooldowns, and how you want to manage your wave relative to jungle pathing, right? Like you don't want to be in a position where you're hitting plates with no wards when the enemy jungler is top and their jungler is bot. Like, very simple. So this will extend into the rest of lane phase.
Okay. That checks out. That makes a lot of sense. Now just thinking about it, well, maybe not even just thinking about it, actually doing
Yeah.
it, right? Performing it.
Do you want to? I want to look at a GPV VOD where you another one just to see. There was one where you went like 13 and 4. Where was it?
I think it's up a little.
There's this one. Let's find one. This is a pretty good example. Let's see. I mean, actually, this is a really weird champ to play against. You probably have no idea how to play against this champ, right? I feel like you probably never play against Game Top.
Pretty much if he queues in, I think I have the all in to, or I had the green light to just all in him, honestly.
Mhm.
I remember this. I think I just played this one today or yesterday, but this
Okay.
Trundle is trolling.
Let's see.
I think he just gives up like so many kills.
Okay. So let's do a little thought exercise here. Okay. How does this go level one in your head?
The Trundle really should not be able to do much against me. Or I shouldn't be able to do much against Trundle, right? Because
Mhm.
he walks up, he cues me, I can't move, and then he just beats me to death.
Okay. Uh, where's your jungler pathing?
He is pathing bot.
Okay. So most likely, what's your first three waves going to look like?
Should let him get pushed into me.
Mhm. And after the first wave, what are you going to try to do?
Just thin it out so it doesn't hard crash.
Thin it out and preserve HP.
Okay, and preserve HP. So thin it out without trying to take any bad trades.
Exactly. Holy shit, this guy's faker. Oh, just kidding. You're faker. Was this a good trade?
Oh, was it? No.
Now,
Yeah, because he took a lot more HP from me than I did from him.
yes, but the other thing is if this was a 50-50 trade, right? If you guys tank the same amount of HP, this is a bad trade. Why is that?
Uh, Minion aggro?
Because your jungler's pathing bot.
Ah,
We want to preserve HP, right? And now if you can take like an 80-20 trade, where you know, hit him with
right, chunk
E and
him and
he E auto and he autos you, like that's fine. That's fine. But if you take a 50-50 trade where you guys like just both auto each other once, that's really bad for you. You don't want to trade HP. He wants to trade HP. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Okay. But
yeah.
again,
I
this is
want to
this
be
is this is
saving as
horrible.
much
This
HP
is
as
horrible.
possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a great little poke. And Amumu decides to
Oh,
three camp top. He starts Raptors.
yeah, because did he ping me?
I
Yeah.
guess that is the one thing I should note that Amumu started Raptors and not red buff. Like when you see this, this means you should. This actually means you can make the lane volatile, and you just need to make sure that he can't crash this wave, the second wave.
So we can actually get that 3 camp into the gank
Yeah,
off.
yeah. Because if he crashes this wave, right, Amumu has no angle. But I actually, because Amumu started Raptors instead of red buff, I low key think this trade is not horrible. I wouldn't say it's great, but I actually think it's not horrible because it's better for you to make the lane volatile than it is for him because Amumu started Raptors. So like you do have to really pay attention to this, right? If he started red buff, he's never a three camping top.
Yeah, that's something I need to get better at too. Is just
Mhm.
trying to understand what my jungler is doing.
Yeah, and I mean it's very easy to just when the camp spawn, see okay, what's my jungler doing, right? Nothing's happening. Like because you can. What's so nice about this game is like at 55 seconds, you can know exactly what your jungler is going to do for the next 2 to 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, because
He's
he
going to
should be. There's no way he's going bot from Raptors.
right. He's going to do one of two things. He's going to three camp and then gank top, or he's going to three camp, recall, do his bot gank camps, right?
Oh, that's kind of next level.
Yeah, when you start Raptors, that's usually what you're doing.
Because then you have the option to either go top or just, like you said, recall. I didn't
Yeah,
even think about that.
yeah. Sometimes like some junglers they will do like Raptors, Krugs, red, and then go bot, but like Amumu can't do that. But like this is definitely something you should think about. Just by like seeing, okay, he started Raptors. Ooh, okay. I can make it volatile as long as he can't crash second wave. Right? Because the third wave, it's too late, right? Like he's already right, so this is fantastic. I don't even think he sees a Mumu here. He just
No.
decides to send it.
Yeah, he was
Interesting.
playing pretty cocky.
Yeah. So this works out for you, but not because you were thinking about it, right? Like, and that's the thing is, I don't want you winning lane to be luck of how dog shit the enemy top laner is, right? I
Mhm.
want you winning lane to be you being better at the video game than this guy, right? And understanding the video game better than this guy.
Yeah.
And I want it to be consistent, right? Like the first thing you mentioned is consistency. It's like that's the whole point of fundamentals. It's like whether you're playing against a bad player or a good player, fundamentals will get you advantages always.
Yeah, and that's really if I could get my consistency up, I feel like I could climb.
Mhm.
I think maybe I should have pinged a Mumu to help me push the
No,
wave.
no, no, no. There's no way he can't do
No,
that. Um,
he's just got because he's got to go by. Yeah,
all you can do is you don't have W, right? I think you can't. You're too low to freeze this.
yeah.
It's
I just
very
die.
close, but you're a bit too low. I think you have to recall right now. It feels really bad, but without TP, I think you have no choice.
Yeah, because he can just freeze this, and he does freeze it on me. I think.
Yeah. Now he will freeze either way, but if you recall now, you will. It depends. It does depend a bit on how much gold you have, right? I don't know. You do have Sheen already. Because the thing is, if you recall, oh dear God. uh, but if you,
Oh yeah, yeah, you did that.
oh
I forgot
God.
about that.
Okay. Obviously, this should not happen like this, but like, um, if you recall right now, you will lose less minions. Like these minions will die slower than they will here. So like if you see here, you see how fast these melee minions are dying?
Yeah.
It's because you have more casters now hitting this, right? But in this position, you only have three casters and a melee minion hitting.
So the wave
So
really
if
isn't
you
pushing that
instant
fast yet.
exactly right now it's pushing slower. Once it's here, it pushes a lot faster and you lose more minions, right? So if you had recalled, I just want to say hypothetically, so we can see. Let's say you recalled here, 230, you'd be in base now, like 238. So like 258, you'd be back in lane. Right now, you'd be back in lane full HP.
Yeah, and I maybe missed one or two minions.
Yes. Well, you would lose those four minions here, but instead, right, if this doesn't happen, if you had obviously you shouldn't stay here, but if you are recalling now, you lose this whole wave and some minions from the next wave. Right. Let's say you recalled. Let's say you finish this recall. Right. So let's say 259. That's when you'd be in base. 258. And then the 318. Let's say like three. Basically, like here, you'd be back in lane.
Okay.
So you would have dropped that entire wave. One melee, two melee,
And a
uh,
cannon,
maybe the cannon. Yeah.
potentially. Yeah.
So you would have the right if you recalled when the wave was here, you would only drop four minions. If you recall after that wave, you drop a full wave and at least two melees of the next wave.
Okay. So
And it
it's
do you understand why? Does it make sense?
yeah, I do have a question.
Sure.
I think so if we go back to like right before where I should have recalled, what was it like two like right there?
Yep.
Um so if that how much gold do I have here? So if this is the difference between me getting Sheen or not, which is like a really
Hmm.
big power spike on
Yeah.
Gangplank, is
Yeah.
it worth it to
100%
get
yes.
this wave?
Yes,
Okay.
100%. Yeah. 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 Like item power spikes are so, especially Sheen. Sheen is such a huge power spike. Like yes, if this is the wave that would get you Sheen, yeah, it's worth it.
Okay. But then back because I shouldn't be in lane right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's all about waves and power spikes.
Okay. So if the power spike is big enough, it's worth it, even though that might put my wave in kind of a bad spot.
Yes, generally speaking, yes. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't think we need to watch more of this. This guy fucking sucks. I don't think this.
Yeah, he's pretty. He was pretty bad. It was pretty insane. I think he did kill me once or twice when he got ravenous because it's Trundle, and he just ended up beating me to death,
Yeah,
and life stealing like a ridiculous amount of HP. But
yeah. This is entertaining.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Um, like we could talk about more stuff, but like honestly, like I would be I'd be down to do that again at some point in the future, but I would really, really want you to hyper focus on this. Like we could talk about snowballing the game from a position like this, we can talk about mid game, late game, whatever. But I really, really want you to hyper focus on this and watch this video, do your homework, and like make plans every single game for the next 20 to 30 games and see how it feels. Like I think
okay,
that's really, really important. And see if what kind of difference you feel. If you have questions and stuff, you can always hit me up. uh, but yeah, I want you to watch that video and make these plans and try to focus on fundamentals for the next 20, 30 games.
yeah. That sounds like a good idea. That way I can get it locked in and really kind of flesh out some, like, now that I actually know what I should be thinking about, I
Yeah.
can kind of maybe get some deeper questions into that.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Good. Good.
Cool.
Okay, I will send you this. I sent you that video, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
Cool. Okay. Well, best of luck in your climb.
Cool. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And hit me up anytime.
Will do. Take it easy.
All right, you too.